there, how you all doing? I hope you're all doing well. So today I have just a throwback. This is a real throwback on my channel. I have not done this in so many years. It's kind of like, going back to my roots a little bit. I would like to say that probably 80% of the people that are subscribed to me found me via art hack videos. They were just always really well received and I always enjoyed doing them, but I stopped. And if you wondered why I stopped, the main reason was there was nothing new. Honestly, there was literally, I scraped the bottom of the barrel for my last few art hack videos. It was rough out there, okay? I could not find anything new. And then I was speaking to my lovely friend Jackie the other day and she was like, hey, I'm doing a Pinterest hack video if you wanna maybe do like a little shout out of each other for it. So I accidentally mixed my dates up and it's actually next week that she's uploading, but go check her out regardless in preparation because it's gonna be a really, really good one. She's basically me but Canadian, so if you haven't watched her before, go do it because she's wonderful. I went on Pinterest and I found like 5 solid good art hacks I have not seen before, like real good ones. So yeah, if you would like me to get back into art hack videos, feel free to like this video. If we get to like 10,000 likes on this video, I will make another one. I'll make a part 2. So yeah, let's get into the art hacks for today's video. Okay, so this one in particular was very cool. Did you know mix fabric softener with acrylic paint to make fabric paint? So she's basically just mixed it and says that it's got no cracks and it's very flexible. I'm gonna be honest, this one blew my mind because I was like, oh, that's really cool, that's great. And then I remembered that I have painted on an old piece of clothing before with acrylic paint and I wash it and it doesn't come off. Is the fabric softener a necessity? Do we need it? Well, today, I do have one of the pieces of clothing that I have some paint on. It's not a lot, but this does have like a bit of white paint that has not come off in the last 3 years. So I've decided it's about time I retire this t-shirt. So I have my big jug of fabric softener here. It looks disgusting. That is fabric softener. I'm gonna test some with fabric softener, with acrylic paint, and then I'm gonna also paint with just the acrylic paint and I'm gonna throw it in the wash. Acrylic paint is stretchy. It doesn't tend to crack. Okay, so I have this t-shirt. I'm gonna do one part. Why is that so watery? Ew. I have my fabric softener in there. I'm gonna put some paint in. There's no exact science to this either. It's just mix it and then we'll see if there's too much. I think that's too much. I think I put too much fabric softener in here. Ew, what is going on? It's like hardening my paint. I think I put too much in. Just gonna put a little amount in this time. Right, this seems like a good consistency. So let's try paint. Oh, I tell you what, that is a good consistency. I feel like sometimes there's art hacks you find out there that people have just sort of made up to get views. So there's a little heart with fabric softener. Now I'm gonna do one without fabric softener. Then I'm gonna let it dry and stick it in the wash and we'll see how it holds up. The part of me that gets paint all over my clothes tells me that it's really not going to make much of a difference whatsoever because it doesn't come out of clothes. It just doesn't. Leave your votes in the comments now if you think this hack is going to work or not. So, I mean, yeah, to be honest, the consistency was a lot nicer with the fabric softener. So that's one thing. I'm just not sure if it's going to help keep it in or like take it out of the shirt. Okay, so this is after a wash and being put in the tumble dryer as well. It's still a little damp. This one right here is the one with fabric softener. I kind of thought that might happen. This is the one that was just the acrylic paint on its own, which is pretty much what I thought it would do. Like, I have painted clothes deliberately before, put them in the wash, and most of the time it pretty much just stays there. The only difference between using a fabric paint and using an acrylic paint is the fabric paint will stay a little better than this and it will be a little bit more soft and stretchy. So by the way, this crew neck sweater is actually my first piece of merchandise. That is clothing that I'm going to be releasing soon. This is my design, the Craft Club. It's got a little paintbrush and a ball of yarn and a crayon, and I really love it so much. If you want to sign up for the newsletter to find out when this becomes available, I'll leave it in the link below. It's just chloerose.art, and then the newsletter is on my website. You can sign up and you can be notified when these become available, so I'm excited for that. So we're gonna give this hack Okay, so this next one, again, it blew my mind. And I don't know why, because it seems so obvious that it will work. But at the same time, I'm like, will it? Okay, so there's this video. She pulls apart a pen and puts it against the tip of a marker and uses it as a blow pen. I've genuinely never seen this before, ever. And I don't know if it's legit or not, but we're gonna test it out. I am gonna try though with like a Copic marker, I think. And I don't know if it matters if it's like a water-based or an alcohol-based marker, so we'll try it with both. We have a very savagely removed tip of this pen. And we're just gonna go for it because I don't really know what to expect. Soddle, literally nothing. Okay, that one didn't work. Let's try this pen instead. Okay, that one's, no, it's not. The only thing I can think is maybe they dipped it in some alcohol beforehand and that's why it worked. Let's try again. Oh, we got a little bit. You literally probably can't see that. We got the tiniest little tiny bit. Pathetic, but it worked. Let's try a different color. I did it. I don't know how I'm doing it because sometimes it works and sometimes it doesn't. I want to try it with an alcohol marker again though. It does work. I'm gonna be honest, it is pointless. You need to have a lot of power in order to do this. Okay, so what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna use some of this, because this is what you use if you want to reactivate a marker that's dried out. That is a well-known art hack, but if you see it online, it's like, wow, this is new. It's not new, but that is something you can do that does work. I'm gonna put it into this, make it super like soaked up, and I'm gonna attempt to see if that makes the marker better. Oh, for one end. I just spat into my cup of fabric softener. Do I have a green tongue now? I think I do. Okay. Doesn't help. I'm gonna say, yes, this hack does work. You can give it a go. It does something. I don't know what, but like if you want a piece of paper to look like you've done that, try the hack. It does sort of work. So this woman, I think she's a teacher. She made ginormous markers that look like Crayola markers.
Look at these awesome oversized giant markers that I made for my art space. Ah! I always want the space to be super inspiring, and what is more inspiring than giant art supplies?
Literally so smart.
I made these out of shipping tubes from Michael's. They're very similar to how I made the giant crayons for my art space last year. I just used cardstock from Michael's. That was a really good selection. I was able to choose my favorite colors. I cut up a couple pieces, and then Mod Podge was kind of the hero of this because all I did was Mod Podge all of the paper pieces.
So smart. I want a ginormous marker in my art studio, so I'm gonna make this one. Michael's was completely sold out of the shipping tube that she used, but I found an almost identical one from Staples, so I did a pickup for this one. I think it's a good size, and it doesn't have like the lid that it has had, so I don't need to like use the E6000 glue. So I did get a ginormous piece of cardstock here. I also have an X-Acto knife, which I have already lost, and I need to see how much we need for wrapping it around. Probably better to do too much than too little, and try to do it in a straight line. Try being the key word here. I was going to use the yellow one. This was for my table. Oh well. Okay, so we're going to be making a blue marker. I'm thinking lid, like that long. I cannot cut for crap, can I? I really wish I had my old paper cutter, but I nearly chopped my finger off with it. No lie. So I don't have that anymore because I can't be trusted with it. What I'm going to do is I'm going to take this cap out and paint that separately. Yeah, okay. So I'm going to Mod Podge this on. We're just going to saturate this in Mod Podge. This will be our adhesive. She made this look easy. I'm going to let you know that. She made this. I also am trying to get this in camera shot, so I'm doing it a bit weirdly. We want you to stick. Oh, my hands are sticky now. Okay, we want you to do that. And then we want you to not have a lip on you. Okay, now I need to get the barcode off. There we go. Okay, so that's the top. Now we're gonna Mod Podge the edges down. This is so awesome. What a great hack. There is our marker so far. I'm not done, but looks good so far. Let's let that dry. Look, I think that looks, it's almost like identical. That's amazing. Okay, so whilst this thing dries, I'm going to go ahead and do the little like squiggly lines that go around the tops of the markers. I don't think there's really an exact science to this, so I'm just gonna really just use my X-Acto knife and hope for the best. And I think that should look pretty good. I think that's gonna work. I don't think, okay, I think this will work. Cool. That looks cool. It might be a little thick, but whatever. I'm keeping the edges in the same spot. So at least if it looks bad where the seams are, you're not really gonna notice it if you like deliberately hide it. I feel like this would be a great if you had like kids that loved art and they wanted like an art themed birthday party or like a Crayola themed art party. This would be a great way to do that. Okay, so there's that part. I think it's a little bit thick, to be honest, but it's not perfect. So then we got to do it again at the bottom, and then in the middle is where we do like the name and stuff. Okay, I literally cannot figure out how she did her letters, and I don't have all the pieces for my Cricut right now to do it that way. So I've just literally written in pencil on this piece of cardboard, and I'm just gonna like cut it out with an X-Acto knife. I was gonna do like Chloe Rose Art, like my channel name, but I don't think it will fit, so I'm just gonna do my name instead. Okay, there's a dodgy little C. I need to put some rocks in that or something. I'll be honest, the only reason I put my name on there is because I am really bad with thinking of phrases and I could never come up with usernames, so I'm just going to put my name because I can't think of anything else to put on it. So it was like a circle shape, like an oval. Okay, but I think what I have to do is I have to make these shapes bigger so that the letters can like sit inside. Otherwise, there's not going to be a gap and it's just going to slot in perfectly. So I'm not sure. I'm just winging it at this point. I think size-wise, it looks like it's going to work. Yeah, that'll be fine. Freaking love the smell of Mod Podge. It smells so good. This part. This is the good side. Okay, let's place these on now. I have officially finished this. I'm just putting some Mod Podge all over it just to seal it all up.
That's so cool.
I know, right? My handmade letters there, which look nothing like actual letters, but I'm pretty happy with it. So this is a 10 out of 10 hack. Seriously, like I am incredibly impressed. Okay, so this next hack is one that I'm guessing works quite well because I've done something similar before with soap as an art hack, but this one was something I've not seen before, but it makes sense to me.
After I clean them in vegetable oil, coat it with Vaseline, and I sculpt
This
it to the
paintbrush in
brush shape.
particular was one that was brand new, but it actually came damaged when I had it manufactured. I don't think this is repairable. Like, I like to go through all of the paintbrushes that I get and make sure that the quality is okay. This one was bad, as you can see. It's just splayed out everywhere. So I'm gonna try that one, but then I'm then gonna attempt to clean this brush, which still has a little bit of like gunk on it, and I'm gonna try and reshape it with this method. So I have some vegetable oil and I have some Vaseline here. Okay, I've got some of the brushes that I used earlier as well. I'm gonna see how well the vegetable oil cleans it. Or maybe it doesn't really clean it so much as it just softens the bristles because it keeps them moisturized, I guess. Yeah, I mean, it's oily. It's not really cleaning it that well. So this is my paintbrush from earlier that's still got some purple in it. Someone in the comments, please tell me what the purpose of using vegetable oil is. I really am very curious because I don't know how it would wash out any better or if it's literally just from a moisturizing standpoint. Really, to me, the best thing you can use for your brushes is just like a baby shampoo or like a sulfate-free shampoo that's not gonna really strip your paintbrushes. That and coconut oil is always good. I have used fabric softener before for my brushes, but questionable if it helps. So this is what they look like currently. This one I think is just a lost cause. It's got gunk on it. It's not coming out, unfortunately. And I'm just gonna like drag it across the edge. I'm not hopeful that it will reshape an already damaged brush, but I'm hoping that maybe it'll just like help to maintain the shape of your brush. I think it's gonna do quite well, to be honest, with these brushes that have just been washed. I think it's something you need to do like immediately. I'm gonna leave those overnight and I'll be back to report the results tomorrow. Right, so it is the next day. We're gonna check on these paintbrushes now. I have not touched them. They're covered in Vaseline and hair. Okay, so cleaning them off. The brushes are like shaped really nicely. So these were the brushes that had the Vaseline on them overnight. And as you can see, they have stayed. They are shaped beautifully. And I feel like this is such a good hack for keeping your brushes shaped nicely. I mean, this one is literally, it's perfect. Usually that would dry like splayed out. But yeah, if you have a more expensive paintbrush or just cheaper paintbrushes you want to keep longer, I would definitely try this hack. It does not, however, fix paintbrushes that are already damaged, because looking at this one that had the splayed edges to begin with, it's unfortunately just, it didn't do anything whatsoever. This hack really would only be good if you want to preserve your brushes. If you buy a damaged paintbrush that hasn't been used yet, this isn't going to do anything for you. Okay, so for this next hack, this is something that I feel like makes sense, but at the same time seems unnecessary to me, but I'm going to see if it actually is beneficial. Use a makeup brush to flawlessly blend paint. Because it's more like fluffy than a general paintbrush is, and it will make your paint look better and smoother. I would say that this is unnecessary, but I'm gonna show you and give it a go anyway, just to like really just see if I do notice a big difference. So here are our two colors. I like this makeup brush, so you should know how dedicated I am to my craft by using this. But we're gonna take this one, and then we're gonna take the pink. Kind of see how that's blending. Decent enough blend. And now I'm going to take a regular paintbrush that, again, you really would not use for blending. You'd probably use something else, but I'm going to take pink, and I'm going to show you that it really doesn't matter whether you use a fluffy paintbrush or not. In my opinion, like, this is just me. It's more about how you apply it than anything else. There you go. So really, there's not like a massive difference in my opinion. It's just how you apply the two, going back and forth between the colors. So I would say this art hack is kind of pointless. Don't waste your money on makeup brushes, or if you especially have your oil paints or something and you want to like slightly blur the lines between strokes, you might find yourself beneficial from a much fluffier brush in that case. But when you're using acrylics, honestly, the quicker you work, the better. So that's what really matters when it comes to blending. But hey, if you find benefit from makeup brushes, let me know in the comments down below, because I would be curious to know. So that's everything for today's video. Thank you so much for watching. I really hope that you enjoyed it. I've actually already got a couple other art hacks that I really want to try soon. But yes, for now, thank you so much for watching this video. I really hope that you enjoyed it. Take care of yourselves, and I will see you in the next video.